Hey, welcome to another episode of How to Do Everything, and today we're going to be doing another Photoshop tutorial for you guys. We're going to be talking about the transform tool today, and we're going to dig right in here. We'll start by just opening an image here that we are going to modify. Let's find something cool here. Let's do that one. Alright, so we've got this image open, and we're going to do a few things. We're going to play around with it a little bit just to get used to the tool, and then we're going to let's make one of these wheels a little bit bigger. So to start off, let's find the transform tool. You can see here, you can see here the transform tool is right here. And you see we've got this layer select. So we're going to go ahead and copy this. Let's go select all, edit copy, edit paste to get a workable layer. And now we're going to go edit and transform. You see we have scale, rotate, skew, distort, perspective, warp, and then some presets, 180, clockwise 90, and counterclockwise 90. And then we can flip horizontal and vertical. So let's flip horizontal, right? And that's basically exactly what you would think it would do. It's just going to mirror the image. So we'll undo that. And now we're going to go flip vertical, make the cars upside down. Pretty self-explanatory. Now we're going to go rotate 180, same exact thing. You can also do rotate 90 clockwise, and you see how it does that. That's because the bottom layer is visible, and also our canvas size automatically gets set to the image size when you first open an image. So when we rotate this, obviously it's going to have to crop some of the image. So we'll go ahead and undo rotate. There we go. And now let's do a few other things here. Let's go ahead and select one of these wheels. So we're going to go to our magnetic lasso tool. First we'll zoom in on it here. There we go. And magnetic lasso, we'll go ahead and start a selection. And we're just going to trace this thing around. And you see how it jumped a little bit there. In one of my other videos, I talk about these selection tools. We can adjust this after the fact. There we go. And what I was saying in my other videos, I talk about these selection tools and give you guys an overview on how to use these things. There we go. So now we can come in here with just our regular polygonal lasso tool, and we can fix some of this. We're going to go add to selection, click somewhere in here, and we're just going to grab these areas that weren't selected. Let's see here, we'll go to here, grab some of this wheel that wasn't selected. There we go. And now we've got to remove some from selection. We're going to remove this area here that wasn't selected. There you go. Boom. So now we have our wheel selected, or good enough. We'll go ahead and just copy that and paste it on a new layer. And now you see we have just our wheel. Alright, we can take this wheel, drag it around, do whatever we want with it. Undo, move, put it back where it was. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go transform scale. And this is a pretty simple and self-explanatory function. It allows you to scale the wheel. Right? You can make it whatever shape you want. However, obviously with it being a wheel, we want to make it the same size as it was, or same proportionate, right? It still needs to be a wheel. So while you're dragging this thing around, if you hit the shift button, what it will do is automatically jump to a proportionate level. So you see there's the normal size that it is. We're going to go a little bit bigger than that, like that. And then we'll let go of our mouse and let go of the shift. And now we have a proportionate wheel that is slightly bigger. See how it fills the wheel well up a little better. We're going to make that a little bigger than that. That looks pretty good right there. Drag it around and we're center it back in the wheel well. And we're going to hit out of that, and then it's going to ask you, do you want to apply, do you want to not apply, or do you want to go back? If you hit cancel, you're just going to go back to your editing to where you can continue to change it. If you hit do not apply, it's going to go back to the original size, and you will have to re-initiate the transform. And if you hit apply, it's just going to make it what it is. So now it's the correct size, and I'm done with it. There we go. And now we can view fit on screen again. You see the back tire is much larger. However, obviously the shading is a little affected. So that's how you use the scale tool. Now we're going to try the rotate, which is obviously exactly what it seems like. It just gives us the ability to rotate this thing infinitely. And we can put it back here at 0 or close to 0, whatever. So there's that. Now let's go try the Skew tool. What this allows you to do is pull from any one of these blocks and just skew, right? Pull down, right? We can add some perspective, slide the entire thing up, right, down. You can really mess with something here. So we're going to do not apply, and boom, it pops it back to the original. Now we're going to do distort, and distort is a little different. It lets you just, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't do the exact same feature as skew. It's different the way it actually manipulates the image as you're dragging this thing around. And it's hard to do because I can't do them side by side to show you the difference. So we're going to do not apply. And let's try perspective. This is pretty cool. Perspective gives you the ability to make the wheel look like it's on a 3D plane, I guess you could say. Right? It stretches and manipulates the image as if you were looking at it from a different angle. And obviously we're kind of going to the extreme with this image, so it's not going to look as realistic, but a lot of people use this to, when they're drawing shapes and things like that, they want to give it a 3D look, so they'll add perspective into it instead of trying to calculate what the angles need to be to make it look like it's in perspective when they're drawing it. All right, and warp. Warp is pretty funky. It is exactly what it looks like. Let's say I wanted to make this tire look like it had a flat. Right, I can do that right there, just kind of mush it up. And let's hit apply. And it looks all funky now. And now I kind of look like my bicycle tire's bent. Right, it gives it a real cool look to it. So you can use that to kind of, almost like it's made of Play-Doh, you can just mush it around in different shapes. So I think that's the last tool that we're going to talk about on here. Yep, that's all of them. And there's an again option where if you have something selected, you can duplicate exactly what you did to the first image to the second image. So there you go, guys. That is how you use the transform selection tool in Adobe Photoshop. Check out my other videos for more Photoshop tutorials and other how-tos and tutorials on a wide variety of subjects. Thanks for watching, guys, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more how-to videos. Take care.